So being a D3 athlete of color has had its benefits and hardships. Coming to a school, being surrounded by people that I didn't identify with or feel like I could relate to at first was definitely challenging. But over time, getting more comfortable playing my sport and being around my teammates, everyone ended up becoming some of my best friends.
Before attending college, I was thinking about attending HBCU, a historically black college. And I think that experience would have been very beneficial for me as a black student. Yet I still decided to come here, and I've been very grateful for this experience.
My experience here as a student athlete of color, it really allowed me to really self-reflect and dive deeper into my own identity.
And being an Asian American, being a student of color has made me realize that even if it is on the smaller, micro scale of a Division III sports team, I still have the platform of being recognized, or I still have the platform of being that form of representation for my peers or youth athletes or anything like that. And I think it's really cool to know that, and it's really empowering to have that thought kind of constantly go through my head when I am looking around the classroom or I am looking on the softball field and I'm noticing that I may be one of the only few Asian Americans, if anything being one of the few people of color in that environment.
The main reason why I chose to go D3 instead of a bigger school was the opportunity it gave me to shine at a predominantly white campus as an athlete of color. Being involved in ASAC has also helped me build relationships with people that have experienced the same situations that I've experienced, and also participating and studying in the field of African American studies has grew my knowledge and ability to learn different things about African American history.
What I've learned as a D3 student athlete of color is the importance of community. My thought process of community was kind of to do your part, give back to your community and basically do your due diligence. And coming here, I kind of just realized that it's a lot more than that. You're with a group of other people a group of like-minded people that want to achieve change.
The best parts of being a D3 athlete of color is definitely the sense of community that you get from being in a smaller school. Because you're at a smaller school, there's less people of color, and so you really find your community kind of quick because there's not many of you. But that also plays into the worst part. Your professors, your coaches, they won't be able to relate with you on that deeper level because they're not a person of color. They don't have those same experiences. And so at a D3 school, you'll be able to build skills and the knowledge to take on into the world where other people also don't have that same experience as you.
Coming here from a predominantly native state, well, in the areas I was, mostly native state, to a predominantly white area and a white campus, it's just it was a big culture shock, definitely. I came out here thinking everybody was gonna, I knew it was gonna be different, but I didn't expect it to be that different. It's crazy because you come here, you're where I'm from, everybody gets to know you first before they make a judgment on you. When I came here, I noticed that because based on the color of my skin, based on the way I look, and being a football player, they already had their mind made up of me like that. I didn't get a chance to make a first impression or anything. It's just straight boom cut. They already know how I'm gonna act and how I'm gonna be. It's kind of opened my eyes a bit because now I don't just represent me as a person, or I represent my family, my home, my hometown, Santa Fe, New Mexico, my high school. I represent everything from my past here.
I feel it's hard to not think to myself, I'm really qualified and I worked really hard to get here, but do I have this job or this position or this opportunity because of the color of my skin? Or because this institution or this organization is trying to diversify their community. And I feel regardless of that, I'm here, and it's awesome to have a space that I can feel empowered and also empower others, and be recognized that I am that form of representation for others. And I think working with different people, whether it be like regardless of the color of their skin or their walks of life and their background or their culture. It's really important, especially working at that micro scale, even at the small scale of being at a small Division III school in a Division III sports program. It can create a huge trickle-down effect that can make a really significant impact of the greater society.
Something that I learned here as a student athlete of color is that there's many obstacles at a predominantly white institution. However, there's a lot of resources and a lot of great communities of people here that are here to help you.
I get to build greater relationships with other student athletes of color here, and I think that together, like, we really get to build a community together. We face the same difficulties and struggles that are present for student athletes of color on predominantly white campuses. But because we are experiencing those struggles together, we definitely get to bond over those experiences, but also get to bond over our accomplishments, and that's something that I'm definitely appreciative of.
And I've also had the opportunity to work with amazing athletes of color here with our club, the Association of Student Athletes of Color, and I've made lifelong friendships with some of these people. Being at a smaller school, we have the opportunity to be more visible and be recognized for our accomplishments and what we do, but this can also come with being tokenized. But regardless, there are many wonderful parts to being a D3 athlete of color, and I'm really grateful for the experiences that I've had here.